Hi folks, Brian from Photos for Art here outside the Sage building, as you can see behind me, and this is the Knife Angel. Now, having the Knife Angel here in Gateshead is largely due to the hard work and dedication of Samantha's Legacy, and it's particularly to that legacy that this YouTube video is dedicated. And please stick around to the end, because I'll be linking out to Samantha's Legacy's own YouTube channel. And please remember, if you like what you see and you haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, and if you hit the bell icon as well, every time I put a new video out you'll get a notification. That really helps me a lot. Thank you. Samantha Madgen was stabbed to death in Wallsend by a total stranger, Jordan Jobson, in August 2007. Samantha was only 18 years old at the time, and just 10 weeks prior had given birth to her son, Callum. And just last year, when Samantha would have been 30 years old, Samantha's mum, Alison, and Samantha's sister, Carly, marked that occasion by launching Samantha's Legacy. Now, Samantha's Legacy is an organisation to help tackle knife crime and support families, and it was soon after that that they began working on their bid to bring the Knife Angel to Tyneside. Now, this is the group of 12 individual images that I would use to produce a single blended reality shot of the angel during daytime. They've been very basically edited in the way that I would do for blended reality rather than for straight photographs. And this is a very basic blended reality view of those 12 images pulled together. I haven't done any further editing on this, so this is very rough and ready. Now, one of the main aims of Samantha's Legacy is to educate people, especially young people, to a life away from violence, aggression and knives. And during the time that the Knife Angel was in Gateshead, Samantha's Legacy delivered workshops to over 1,000 school kids from almost 40 schools. And with people across our region being affected directly by knife crime, there were a number of personal tributes attached to the railings alongside the sentiments from the school kids. And I was looking to use one or maybe two of these tributes in the final image that I'm developing. Now, the Knife Angel, or more properly known as the National Monument Against Violence and Aggression, was the brainchild of Alfie Bradley. And the Knife Angel stands 27 feet tall and is made of 100,000 knives. And 30,000 of those blades had to be delivered in biohazard bags because they still had the blood on them. This is my 6th visit to take some photographs and get some video footage, and it's proved to be, I think, really quite an inspiration and very popular with locals. We've had school trips of people coming in here, people leaving personal tributes and wishes on the fences round about. Of all the images which I took over the past few weeks, I think this one, more than any of the others, captures the feel that the artist was trying to get across. But also see a real positive here, a feeling of reaching out, of trying to help and support and trying to give hope. So here's a group of 13 images taken on a night time. I think there's a couple of advantages of the photographs I've taken on a night time. One of them simply being that the angel is so perfectly isolated from almost everything that surrounds it. And the sanguine red light that's played on the front of the angel overnight. So this is the main blended reality image that I'll be using in the artwork. So I'll now take you through both my thought processes and the development of the artwork itself. So here's that main image. I think it is fairly obvious that it's the angel, and you can see some of the lights in the background from the sage itself. So I've partially overlaid just one of those previous images on top, just to try and make it look a little bit more obvious and to bring some of the character of the angel out. And then I've used just a little bit of contrast to further emphasize the angel. So here's one of the floral tributes that were around the angel. And I've decided to use this because I quite like the colours. They match very well in with the main piece of art. And also really like the water droplets from the rain. So I've dropped it on the image. I've enlarged it quite a bit, partly because I didn't want any of the leaves showing in the final piece. And also, I didn't necessarily want it to be obvious that it was the tulip, just the feel that I had when I was taking that photograph. And this gives me a look and a feel of red blood cells, to be honest. Now you might feel that seems a bit thoughtless and careless, uncaring, but you'll see why I've done it when I bring this next element of the picture into play. This is part of the image that I was showing before when I was talking about the positive aspects of this sculpture. So I've placed it here to give a feel, to give a sense of giving back life, of giving hope. So with a bit of masking and a bit of blending, I hope I've given the feel of blood, of life, of hope coming from the angel. I then wanted to give a feel of the future when we have no need of a knife angel, of the angel shrinking as a ghost of its former self. So here I've placed that ghost form over the top of the angel to try and signify that very thing. I also wanted to bring in one of the written tributes that was surrounding the angel. And I felt this one of young Harry Singh was particularly poignant, partly because of the sentiment that was written in the message, but also because some of the rain had gotten into the paper itself. And it gives it, I think, added weight. Now I will put a transcript of this in the details below this YouTube video. Here it is now blended into the image. And after a few tweaks of the image in certain places, as well as some overall adjustments, here's the finished work. We'll probably never know the full effect that those workshops had on our young people in the area. We'll probably also never know what effect seeing the knife angel will have on people of all generations. But you know, if just one person is dissuaded from violence, if just one life is saved, then Samantha really can rest in peace. And Samantha's legacy will be fulfilled.